Welcome, Minty Apples, to the podcast.
Hello, thank you for having me. My name is Mintyexd. I think most people know me and probably not. I don't know. They maybe know me from like 2020 or now.
Yeah, I was gonna
But
say, you're kind of an old John
yeah,
ish.
okay. 5 years, not too long. Playing for like three out of the five. But yeah.
Hmm.
So when I first wanted to talk about it was like my lore, back in the day type beats, when I first started as a young old chap, the youngin'
Hmm.
days. So when I first started playing, I before I even started playing, I used to watch like Minecraft videos, Dan TDM and the popular MMOs. I used to watch like all of those people, and it was like before that, and then I started going on to like the Xbox 360. That's my first ever thing, and it was like wow, I enjoyed Minecraft at like young time. It was like I don't even remember when year it came out, but that's when I started first playing, and I used to like building everything. That was like my thing. I like building like in the creative world. I was not really like good at survival at all. It was
What
not
kind
for
of stuff
me.
did you
And
build?
I also what stuff I like building like towns. So I built like my hometown in like a console world, and I was really
Hmm.
happy with it. And I built like a bridge and stuff, and it was really cool. And I also played like Pocket Edition, the old phone,
Yeah, yeah.
and it was really, really weird. I remember the big thing was that I built that Nether reactor. You probably know about it. It's like you would make like a little thing, and then you would activate it or something, and then it would spawn like a mini Nether around you. That was like
Hmm.
what it did, and it was like funny back then. Now and then in like my 20, I don't remember what year I bought it, but like I remember asking my dad a lot. He was like, can I get Minecraft? Can I get Minecraft?" And he was like, "Sure, why not?" And then I remember going to GameStop, and then I bought it, and it was like a card thing. You would scratch it off with a coin on the back, and then you would get the code, and you would activate Minecraft. And my first account before actually Mintyexd was Minty_murder. That was my first ever Minecraft account. So you could say Mintyexd is an alt. Whoa. But yeah, that was my first ever Minecraft account, and it was made on an old email. So the sad thing was that during like now time, when they asked to migrate the accounts, I was not able to migrate it, so I actually don't have access to it anymore, which is quite sad. But this is what it is. And when was enjoying when I first started Minecraft, I enjoyed the mod packs. As I told you, I watched like the Dan TDM and the popular
Hmm.
MMOs people, and the mod packs was like my big thing. You've ever seen those Minecraft memes where it's like they build they try to make the Aether portal out of the glowstone and water, and then they
Oh, yeah.
realize it doesn't work because it's a
It's like the Hero
mod.
Brian
So that was
stuff.
like that stuff as well. Hero Ride, yeah, yeah, yeah. I try to do that with Lucky Blocks because I really like Lucky Block mod, and I built it and it just didn't work, and I was like really sad because I was like, yo, why is it not working? But then it eventually did, and then at some time I learned how to get the mod packs. I downloaded my first mod pack was Crazy Craft 3.0, and I remember
A
playing it
classic.
in like on my old yeah. So it was my first mod pack, and I remember like playing on my old desktop computer, barely being able to run it at all, and it was fun. That's when I actually did get to open Lucky Blocks, and I was really excited. But then later, I kind of stopped, and I found about servers, and I joined Hypixel in 2014, and I remember barely like knowing anything. I remember playing like the old game modes later, like before then. I don't even remember what they were, and I was really bad at everything because I was a kid. I didn't understand anything about the Hypixel. I used to play a lot of Hive, and I Mineplex was a big thing in mine. I played a lot of Mineplex. I played survival games. Obviously, I didn't actually like win anything or do anything cool. I was just like a kid, and I was just playing the game.
Hmm.
Also, some things like other than Minecraft, I also played the piano when I was younger. I tried to get into playing with music, but I didn't really like it that much, so I eventually did stop playing the piano. But and a cool, interesting fact is that I actually didn't listen to music myself until high school. So that's kind of weird. I now listen to music like every day and stuff, but I never really listened to music back in the day, which is kind of surprising because the music's really good. I like music now.
Hmm.
And I also played football for the Europeans, soccer for the Americans. I played that. I'm left-handed, so I used my left foot. I was like the only left-footed player on my team, so that was pretty cool. I played left back, so defensive, and then put on the offensive and striker later down the line. And after 2014, before I stopped like playing Minecraft and stuff, I like after 24, I stopped playing Minecraft, and I went to Fortnite actually because that was like because Minecraft was on the decline a few years after, and Fortnite was on the rise. So I played a lot of Fortnite, and I was pretty bad at Fortnite, but I did enjoy Fortnite a lot for the time. Like it was like the first 10 seasons of the game. I actually really enjoyed Fortnite. I like playing with my friends a lot. We played a lot together. I also, other than playing Fortnite, I also played. I like to play outside. Like I was a very active kid. I liked playing, doing things outside. I love playing games outside with friends, and we liked doing a lot of things. Outside was like now kids barely go outside, but back then like it was like
It
huge
was the
to go
norm.
outside, like, especially when. Hmm?
It was the norm at that time.
Yeah, it was the norm, pretty much. Yeah, like going outside, getting all your friends out there to play games was probably like peak fun. And you would like try to create your own games, and that and you rarely go inside. It was really cool. And then I wish I didn't because I really wish I stopped playing Minecraft in like 2017, 2018 for Fortnite because I wanted those season titles. A lot of people have them now, like the old season titles from like season like
Hmm.
1 to 10, I think, and it's like they're so cool. I wish I had them because that would have been like so cool. And then after that, then COVID hit, and I was like in my first year of high school at that point, and I was like, you know what? Fortnite's on the decline now. Minecraft's on the rise. I remember watching Technoblade and Minecraft Monday. Those were like and you've probably heard of it. It's like the hosted tournament by that
Hmm.
Keemstar guy, and a bunch of YouTubers and players would play it, and they would play like the survival games, all the mini games. That was got me back into Minecraft. So 2020, I created the account Mintyexd, which I still play today. And before when I first started, I played a lot of Skyblock. I because that's when it was like peak Skyblock was there. I played on 2020 for like the summer, and it was quite fun. I enjoyed Skyblock. I would like to grinding it. I remember because Technoblade did the potato thing that I wanted to do potatoes as well. I got to like position 300 in the world at some point for potatoes, which is pretty cool in my opinion. And I did a lot of I like grinding. The grinding was a fun thing. I liked being able to put the time and effort into a game mode or a thing and play it for a long extended period of time and enjoying it. Obviously that would change because Skyblock has a lot more now. I don't really touch Skyblock only sometimes to just do like random things, and I would not play it anymore and go back to Duels. And that was pretty much how I got to where I am now. And then obviously 5 years playing, we'll discuss all of that. And yeah.
Hmm. Do you still build in your spare time, or did you quit?
No, not I didn't I don't really build anymore. Is like Minecraft is in a state right now where building, I'm not like most creative person right now. Back then I was, not really now. I'm more if I played Minecraft like survival, it would be like an SMP with friends. Even then my building was pretty subpar. But
Hmm.
I do like the PvP's always been my favorite thing. Like after like the building and stuff, like PvP is more fun for me. I tried to get into the new versions of PvP when the slow hitting, the timings, and all those items and stuff. I tried to get into it, but that really wasn't my. I'm not really good at it. I'm more like the quick clicking, using the items with the fishing rod and all that, etc.
Hmm. What makes PvP fun for you?
What makes PvP fun? It's the fact that the movement and item usage is always like the most interesting thing to me. Like being able to use the fishing rod, especially to push back. Like, they changed the fishing rod now in like modern version to pulls it people closer. But like when it pushes you back and getting those nice combos is what makes the PvP fun. And that it's more, I would say, more casual. I say older gen PvP. Obviously that could be seen in different perspectives. I think it's more relaxing. It's not like high intensity all the time because now in modern PvP there's like so many different items now. Like there's the mace, there's the end crystals.
Hmm.
I've seen like people PvP with like all these weird items. I'm like, what the heck is happening? This is modern PvP, everyone.
Hmm.
So yeah,
So you think pop PvP is pretty chill for you?
pop PvP. I've never been good at pop PvP. I've tried it. It's definitely not my greatest game mode, but I've definitely liked it. I played Mineman Club a few times. I liked it wasn't the best. I'm not the good at it. I tell you, I did enjoy it sometimes, so it's pretty good. I've seen a lot of good players play, and it looks more cool when the good players do it.
Of course, I think that applies to everything, even
Yeah,
sports.
sure.
So do you only enjoy
Yes.
like rod-based modes?
Not well, technically, actually, if you think about it, looking at my titles, yes, because actually, those are my Copy and Classic are technically my highest modes right now. Yeah, technically, yeah, but UHC no, because those are just too sweaty for me. It's
Mhm.
too hard.
You said PvP is more chill, like the older versions. So I'm just trying to figure out
Yeah,
what you're talking about specifically. Unless you mean like the
specifically
CPS stuff.
CPS because of the butterfly clicking. Like it's I butterfly click. Most people like probably like do some other weird techniques, but I definitely old PvP is just more like I can't really. It's hard to go into such like I can just play and relax. Like in duels, like now I can just play. I can watch some YouTube on the side and just
Mhm.
relax and play. It's not like high intensity. You have to pay attention to items. I guess it also depends what mode you're playing as well. Because like just say if I was playing UHC, I would need to pay attention to my gapples, my heads, my lava, water, box, bow, and I need to pay attention to all of that. So maybe it depends on the mode as well, is what makes it more simple and more relaxing, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, and what did you do before meaning overall? Since you do have a bit
Before,
of lore there.
yeah. So when I first started duels in 2020, obviously I played during the fall. COVID hit. Everyone's online. Nothing to do. Can't go outside. I started with sumo. Sumo back then was definitely 10 times better than it is now. It was genuinely more enjoyable. The worst things were like bots. Like very few bots were out there. It'd be kind of rare you would see a bot. I think the biggest bot was definitely like Rice Farmer 11 at the time. I
Mhm.
think that was definitely an interesting. He was there. I remember like because I didn't really know duels. I was not in like the communities at this point. Duels. I started with sumo. I would just play. I would screenshot like so many people that I beat. I remember beating like a mod one time. I was like, "Yo, I'm the coolest kid right now." But sumo was the first. I got all the way up to godlike, and it was pretty fun. I enjoyed it. I wasn't the best at it. I had like a 3 win loss. I wasn't really good at all.
Mhm.
Then after sumo, I was like, I don't want to play too much sumo now, so I went to blitz duels. And blitz duels, I got to like grandmasters 3 or 4. I didn't get to godlike because the game mode I found it fun. I went before the necromancer nerf. I went that kit to begin with. Oh wait, sorry. Before I go into necromancer stuff, I remember asking when I first started Blissils, I remember asking people what kit should I go, and I remember asking Shaden because he has on his original account with the 1N. He was like, "Yeah, you should go Meat Master. You should not be going Meat Master. It's not a good kit." But yeah, I went that kit for like the first like 10 to 20 wins, and I was like, "What the heck? This kit is so bad. I got trolled." But then I finally found necromancer, and I was like, "Okay, I'm pretty good." And I enjoyed it. So the one game mode that I never got into, but I played a lot was Bow. So the reason why I never got into it, but I played was that Bow is that my friend, he was playing at the time as well. So he was playing Bow duels that we would duel in Bow a lot to the point where I got pretty decent at the bow. I wouldn't say decent, I would say like good. I can aim the bow better than
Above average?
some players. Yeah, above average. Yeah, I would say yeah. So I was able to aim the bow, and I was like, okay, with this newfound skill, I dueled my friend a lot in bow. I get better. He's definitely way better than me, but like we dueled in bow, and I was able to play pistols. Then before the meat master, after the meat master stuff, I found necromancer. I was like, okay, this kit is strong. Comparing it to the other kits, we see that okay, archer's there. It doesn't archer's good, but the necromancer projectile protecting 3 at the time before the nerf would stop it. So archer couldn't kill you. It was very rare. So I did that. Armor was good. People liked armor. I never really liked armor because it was just sword and blocks. It's hard to get close with a person that can aim the bow, but you still definitely could be a struggle because the armor had like the protection 4 and the different types of protection 4s on the armor all the time. So it was definitely annoying to fight, but you definitely could. And that was Blitz. When I started Blitz also, I had when I was on Lunar, you could you could see the person's head, like that didn't make any sense, but like the level head, sorry. You could see the
Mhm.
person's level above them before the game started. So I was like, okay, let me just see what now if I let me see if I can queue these people with if they're like under a specific level. I don't remember what level I did, but then I got my like a 400 win streak. Like I never see the win streak that high in my life at the time because it was like number 8 at the time or number 9, and I was like, yo, I could play this game for streaks instead of actually playing for wins and enjoying the game like I did sumo. Because sumo, I never got like a high streak. Like, my best streak was like 48 at the time. Because sumo was hard to win, but that was the time that I learned about like dodging and stuff. Obviously, I'll go more into dodging later, but that was like the time. And then I got 449 was the first. Then I got a 1186, then a 1400. But yeah, but then I stopped Blitz because I got bored of it, and I wanted to go to MegaWalls Duels. That is the game where I spent like the most time in, I would say. Definitely queue times are the long ones. When I first started, I didn't really know anything, so I kind of just played Hunter because I saw the kit was a bow kit, and it was the kit I literally only played. Like I didn't touch a single of the kit, and a lot of people didn't like me for that because it's the broken kit, and I do agree that kit was broken. So there would be like these times where in Mega Puzzles where when I first started like back in like the 2020 2021 now, so then it was like 100 was bugged. So normally you're supposed to get half a heart. So when you get your XP bar to the max, you can left click with the bow or any abilities and stuff, and you would get aimbot with the bow. So full power shot, you get aimbot. So when you would do that, you're supposed to get half a heart of health regen from it. But back then it was random. So you could get like up to 5 hearts or something like that. And a lot of the times you would get really high health from it, and it would be that's not supposed to happen. It's not supposed to be broken like that. And also the other bug was that you would also get the XP bar going up even while you had the aimbot and you would still shoot and you were shooting people. Like that was the problem with Hunter, in my opinion. A lot of people didn't like. Obviously, it's fixed now, thankfully. But at the time, it was really bad. And the point I remember, this is a big memory of mine for MegaWalls, was that when I was fighting one person, it was Hunter v Hunter. So and the glitches were random. It's like it's a chance of happening, right? So it's not like guaranteed. So the other person, I got like was getting a heart for a bow shot with aimbot, and I wasn't getting the XP bar going up from my aimbot. The other person, however, was getting it, and they were getting a lot of health. They though weren't actually good at the PvP part of playing the game. They couldn't do the sword. Like when I got close, they were just really bad. But at the same time, I wasn't really good at PvP then either. So I couldn't get close either when I tried to use the sword and attack him. But the problem was that when the border eventually closes in, the guy, because he was getting so much health, he was able to just sit in the border, like outside, while taking border damage and shoot me. Eventually, I ran out of blocks, and the point where he's literally outside the border shooting me, I can't reach him, and he kills me. And that was like the biggest memory. I was like, what the heck is going on here? That's not even fair. But I still played Hunter. On my first win streak was actually sniped by a casual tryhard. Obviously you would know him. He's the number one
Hmm.
bridge player. He sniped me back then because I dodged him too much. He told me randomly like 3 to 4 years later. He's like, "Yeah, oh yeah, that one time we were playing, I just sniped you," and I was like, "No way, it was him." But it was him. Yeah, so that was before I started maining overall.
And why did you constantly switch between duels? Because you did say sumo was fun, even though you had like a free win loss ratio at the time.
Because it was before I knew about stats. So before I learned about my win loss, obviously at the time it was 3. Like I didn't know about it, but you could check it. I knew like I wasn't the best player. I would lose. But when I met other people, because I've met a lot of people other times, I would lobby sit a lot because everyone's at home. There's a lot of players in the lobby. I would talk to people. Eventually, I would join Discord servers and stuff, and the people would tell me, "Yo, your stats." This one person told me the stats are not that good. Like look at my 10 win loss in sumo. Look at yours 3, and I was like, okay, what the heck? Why are my stats not that good? And then I realized, I'm not the best of players and all that. So I went to other modes. Then I learned about dodging with level head and looking at the skins and all that. Then my win loss would go up and stuff. But then back then, I cared a lot about stats. I wanted to like have good stats in the game. Win streaks were like probably the biggest stat I cared about the most. And yeah, that's why I kind of stopped playing sumo because at the time I was not that interested in sumo that much anymore, and the stats in it were not very good. So I kind of just went to other modes instead. And then after, I kind of just went to and then I went to main overall instead. So I started branching out and going to other game modes. So I started with like combo, and then the other game modes are like bow. I played bow. Most of the game modes I went up to legend in, so it wasn't like really maining overall, like maining them to like high titles. It was until like legend, and the appeal for overall, in my opinion, was like the fact that the I didn't really like playing game modes for the longest time. I don't understand how people can go to divine or and ascended in them. Like I still understand how you have like ascended 30, I think, or something in
Hmm.
sumo. Like for me, I would probably be like, yo, how am I just still playing sumo? Obviously, it's incredible work. That's really impressive. I don't, it's insane. Like, well done. But for me, I can't main like a game mode for that long. So I liked switching between them. And it's just that you really get variety, like being able to enjoy the games, play other games. Variety is like what I like in the duels. That being able to play other modes instead of just one the whole time is definitely what makes me want to play more game mode. That's why for the duels update, I can't wait for the other 3 modes to come out, and I can't wait to play all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And that
Did you
was
go
like
for
that's the
legend
appeal for it.
quickly?
Legend and all of them.
Yeah.
Probably yeah, that would be the minimum at least. Legend, I probably want to get like the plan obviously depends on how the queues are because the queues are what really set the difference between wanting to play it and not wanting to play it. Like for boxing, so I like boxing. I wanted to get boxing godlike because it's possible. Obviously, it would take quite a long time, but it is possible. But the problem is that there's so many definitely good players in there so that it would ruin the fun for me. Like I enjoy the easy games, like dodging obviously would make it helpful, but whatever, we don't have it. But like dodging, I mean, sorry, boxing would definitely be a possibility. But the problem is that there's so many good players, and the botters is the problem is why I didn't really do it, right? And no debuff as well is just too many sweats in there to the point where the nons get drained out, and I'm just going to be losing because I'm not the best of players either. And and then like parkour, you look that's just too long and I could have done it, but also parkour is like super like if you got to sweat, you're guaranteed to not win. I know some people that just leave, but then the queues are not like so popular to the point where like you'll get the next queue and you'll guaranteed to be alone. And then the next one was bridge. I was gonna do bridge at some point, but then they removed dodging. Like I would like to just play a little bit because I like to play twos with like random people, like friends, but no one really plays bridge anymore unless it's like solo or they're too good, and I don't want to be a detriment to their team. But yeah, those are the game modes like I would like to do, but too difficult. But the new ones like Quake, like if it's like first to 5 kills, it's not too long. Obviously, if it's like first to 10, might be weird. Spleef, it depends how they do Spleef, but it could be really quick. And then Bed Wars might be the longest one. But at the same time, I've seen the bed fight where you just bridge the other side, break their bed, and if you break the bed first, you can kill them, you win.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I would probably definitely at least get them to legend at least. So it'd be
Mm-hmm.
nice, yeah.
So was that an issue when you first mained overall? Pretty much the queues being shit? Or did you have like some sort of an ADHD? Where you just kept like hopping between games?
No, when I mean before, wait, after or before? After meaning
Like when you
overall?
first started meaning
Okay, when I
overall?
first started. So when I first started meaning overall was when I saw before then. I'm gonna go back a little bit. I've been banned a few times. So the ban, like I got year banned one time. So before that, I was playing like only MegaWalls duels. Then after I came back, I started parkour. But back when I had right when I came back, Lilith was still around. I just got a time frame of it, like from like July, like June to like August, late August, September. Lilith was still there, so I came back with dodging still available to me, and I played parkour because you could dodge in parkour. I dodged in parkour because if I can queue only nons with no sweats, I you get the win guaranteed
Mm-hmm.
as long as you finish the race, obviously. And I did that until legend because I had most game modes up to legend at least, and pretty much that was there. So it was just parkour to legend, which I did. So I had all legends at least. And then legend, obviously, when you get parkour or legend, it's only parkour master for all colors. So I had all colors as well. And then I went to combo. Combo was like the first game when I started playing again, like heavily, and I played a lot. And Shaden was there with me, so I met Shaden again, and we were like, yo, we can become friends again. Yo, we're chill. You saw him in his guild now. Yeah, people know that, but we're friends now. So we played a lot. I played combo all the way up to combo godlike too. One thing I'll say is that I would not play combo duels without dodging. I don't know how people do it. That sounds like that sounds horrible. Like I could not verse like cheaters and all that. Especially since I'm not the good at combo at all. Like I verse duel. Some people made me duel in combo, and I'm not good at all. Like some people, as most people, just probably auto click. I don't auto click. I find it's kind of stupid. Why would you? It's more fun clicking. I don't know, but they say I got hand issues. Ooh, but that's them.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, if they want to auto click, they want to auto click. Not my issues. Let them do what they want.
Of
But yeah,
course.
combo. I got the combo godlike too. Then I was like, sorry if I cut you off, but uh, I got all the way to combo godlike two. Then I went to OP, or was it no? Sorry, Blitz. And I finished Blitz godlike, and then at the point when Blitz started, the dodging was gone. And what I did was to bring back, the olden days dodging. I remember one player, he was really annoying to play against, but if I memorized his movement when he joined the queue, so I would dodge him. And I actually dodged him quite a lot, actually. I sometimes would queue him because sometimes you just can't tell really. But yeah, I was able to dodge him most of the time. It's just finding other ways to be able to dodge is what keeps it better, is what keeps this mental stability in check sometimes. Like now when I'm playing OP, I would see, okay, does this person have particles? Do they have the floor when they walk on the floor? Do they change the blocks up under them? So some sweats that I know, they probably don't even know, but they have the sponge block when they walk down. Okay, I know this is some sweat. I can go to the next queue, and boom, anon. So yeah, to keep the maining overall is that sometimes you do have to dodge still by doing other methods. Obviously, Lilith is gone, but can definitely do it. And most of the time, it's either a really super sweat or a non. Like that's how those queues are now. I feel like it's very
Mhm.
hard to find the average player, but sometimes you do, and that's a normal fight. But the super sweats is like just kill me quickly. I can go on my day, or a non free win. But super sweats, I like to just still try. But yeah, and then after Blitz, I played OP to Godlike. That was fine. OP Godlike was fun. Then I don't remember what I did. I'm trying to remember after OP. I think it was TNT Grandmaster, and I mean TNT Godlike. That was fine. Another thing is that with game modes and trying to make sure you don't verse sweats is the queue timing. You try to queue at these specific times to definitely maximize the nons because if you go at because the realize TNT that if I played earlier in the morning in the EST time zone in the Americas, you would get very many nons. You would barely see any sweats. So and you finish before 12 at my time EST, you would be fine. You would be able to get your 100 to 200 wins done. And that's what I did for TNT Godlike because TNT duels is hard because especially if you find a good player, you're not winning. You can't win a good against player. It's so difficult because the good TNT players are really good. They know what they're doing. Obviously, I know like the basic stats, like strats in it, like crouch to push in the air, shoot the arrows under, do that.
Mhm.
Make sure to if they're already below the TNT, crouch to push them down. The basic things. But before, like other than that, I would if he's a good player, I'm like losing. Some good players, I don't know how they do it, man. They're really good. But yeah, if you queue time in the morning, you'll guaranteed almost 100, 200 wins done before you like noon, and you would be able to head off on your day. Then
Mhm.
after TNT, I did Bow. Now Bow was weird because they don't like dodging at all. I don't understand why. Whatever. They're I don't really understand why people don't like dodging. It makes the game more fun
It's
and
fake
enjoyable in my
integrity.
opinion. Yeah, integrity, Minecraft integrity. If it's not like some like esport or something, just a game mode on a server that's trying to be sets for fun. It's not meant to be taken so seriously, in my opinion. Obviously, some people take it that seriously. I let them take it that seriously. Obviously, yeah, I don't really interact with those people because it's like it's just a game. At the same time,
Mhm.
have some fun. Have some fun in your life. Not everything needs to. You can take the stuff that needs to be taken seriously, like your job and all that, your work, your in real life things. Take that seriously. Yeah, I get it. But like the games, are meant for fun. If you want to take it to pro, like go pro or something. Don't do it in a competitive scene, in like a non-competitive scene. But I rest my case on that. Anyways, but yeah, our bow, if he wasn't like dodging. Remember, Lilith is gone now, so I can only assume based on what you see in front of you, and you hope that it works. Yeah, so people would queue follow me. It's weird. Not to be weird or anything or like expose anyone, but one person, I'm not gonna say their names. I don't want to be rude or anything. But like I went into lobby a few times, and the person would come into lobby and follow me. Now that's a bit weird, but yeah, they would do that, and the person would follow me in the lobby and watch until I queue the game to see if they converse me. Now the person wasn't very good, but they are pretty good. They would beat me a few times. I would beat them a few times. But it was a bit weird. But Bo Godlike wasn't that bad either. Obviously, people complain about queue times too. It really isn't that bad. Sometimes, yes, queue would be dead. Some gamers never ever experienced that, but yeah, queues would be dead sometimes. And you would just at that point, I would. So at the point where I'm at, where my timeline type beat with the 10 godlikes, is that they I found that my goal was 200,000 wins overall. If that's the goal that I have right now, by the time I graduate college, that's the goal. Obviously, if I play more, I highly doubt it though. I'll see. But it was that I only need 200 wins a day by the time I graduate. And what I would do was that I would split it. So I would have 100 in bow and then 100 in TNT at the time, and just play those each day for 100 wins, and then be on my day. And that so it wasn't too long. Obviously, if bow Q died, I would go Q another mode. Like how you told me, like how you asked, like what would you do if you needed to be HD or something? You would just go to the next mode or something like that. But yeah, I would sometimes do that. I would go to the next mode, the other mode, and play that, and then come back, switch between. So yeah, bow until godlike was fine. Wasn't too long. TNT, I got them pretty much at the same time, I think. Then I think came UHC. Now, UHC is like a whole different type of thing. It's hard game mode. I'm bad. I was not good at duels. UHC though, without dodging, is definitely one of the hardest. Definitely one of the hardest duels, I think, in my opinion, because of how sweaty it is, especially the solo queue. It would be harder to. It would be really difficult to get 100 wins to 200 wins each day because it was really sweaty. You would sometimes find nons and it would be great, but I didn't play UHC 2v2 at the time. But UHC 2v2 is definitely like the game mode you should play way more than the solo of, because it's a lot more nons and a lot more nons. It's easy. So I didn't really do that until the last 1K. But yeah, it was super sweaty. But I'll say one thing though, it definitely improved me as a player. I was not good before this, like before UHC. It definitely now I've actually improved at the game, which is kind of cool in my opinion. I've definitely seen an improvement in myself as well, which is cool. Like I play for fun, but I saw an improvement myself. That's pretty cool. It definitely helped because I couldn't dodge either, so I'm having to play against sweats. So it's definitely cool that I got improved. But UHC is definitely the hardest godlike out of all of them in my opinion that I've done. And after UHC, I split that up with also Classic, so 100 UHC, 100 Classic, because 200 UHC was very difficult. So Classic Godlike was next. That was like brainless pretty much. You can like turn off your brain pretty much and play that game mode. It's very easy. You can definitely. That's why some people have like so high weeklies in that, because it's so easy. And it was just Classic was really a good break. And then I think that was my ninth Godlike, and then I got to use Skywars. Skywars I kept for last because I wasn't a fan of Skywars to begin with, because it's that you're dealing with RNG to get the wins, and I don't like dealing with luck. I'm not a very lucky person in my I would say. So it was that you're relying on RNG to get your wins, because if the other person gets like full diamond and you get like what a fire res potion when you're going pyromancer already. Well, I'm cooked. What do I do? Yes, some people mine diamonds, but fam, if I'm going to play ranked Skywars, I'll just go play mini Skywars. That's the new one, I think. I'll just go play that. I don't need to sweat Skywars duels. That's the one issue, is that you're leaving it up to RNG to win. But at the same time, it wasn't that the worst. I learned my lesson and played with more doubles. I found a friend, Zentifix. I named him because he's actually really cool. He's chill. He's really nice. Yeah, so he's way better than me. He's insane at the game. So he carried me a lot in Skywars doubles. We got together. He got like a 401 Skywars win streak in doubles actually, which is kind of impressive without dodging. Obviously, we dodged, if you can tell, when they were a sweat with like the particles and stuff. But yeah, other than that, I got like a 200 something from it because I played solo still then. But
Hmm.
yeah, it was really fun. He's really nice. If you ever see him, say hi to him or something. But yeah, and then Skywars now is my 10th godlike. Would I do it again? Of course. It was really fun. I got to experience a lot of game modes. And then I wanted to go for 11 with boxing, but I already explained why boxing was it's not very possible for me. But yeah, that's how 10 godlikes became.
Hmm. I'm surprised you don't like Skywars because people walk off all the time, so it's kind of like boosting by accident.
That it didn't happen as much as I thought it would. I happened to me. I fell a few times. Kind of awkward because you're just trying to speed bridge and you fall off because your keys are your fingers ain't working today. But also another issue that I didn't really see was sky basing. Definitely an issue that people had with Skywars a lot, but I didn't find it too much. Obviously, when I did, the person that I played with, the Zentifix person, just told me a strat. You just make an AFK pool and you just go in that and just wait, because at the same time you don't want to lose, but they're just going to sit up there. You're not going to risk a loss, so you just sit up there and you just sit in the AFK pool, wait till the draw, go on your day, hope you don't kill them again. But yeah, I could see that's why Skywars was like it's an iffy one. You know, it's in the middle. Can be good, can be bad. So yeah.
What do you think about the Enderman kit?
The Enderman kit. Oh my gosh, I forgot that they changed the kits. Oh yeah, so I forgot they did that. I was at the end at my Skywars God, getting to Skywars God. Like it was like the last like 400 wins. They changed the kits because they updated Skywars, and they ruined the kit. I think it's just weird. The kids shouldn't. The kits don't work like that at all. They don't make any sense. I remember Enderman. I remember because it has a 30 used to have the 30-second cooldown. Now people just TP'd, and kind of weird. You can beat him. Obviously, I haven't played much Skywars now. I don't play Skywars at all, but it wasn't too prevalent at the time. But I can see why it's annoying. You shouldn't be able to just pearl from your island to the mid, take all the loot, run home. Shouldn't be like that at all. They need to fix that 30-second cooldown, and they need to fix all the kits. I played athlete because athlete. I don't know what happened in the description. There was no strength pot at the time. Yeah, there. So it gives you a strength pot, but it didn't tell it in the thing. So if I guess many people didn't know, but I told people you should that kit because that kit was good. You would drink the strength, and you would just be able to sorry, you'd be able to kill the person pretty quickly. And that's what I mained for a while. All the other kit like Scout was completely trash. Pyromancer was useless. Magician, I don't even know what happened to that kit. But they should fix that. Hopefully they do in the update, especially with how they did it in the mini Skywars. It looks really nice how they did it with all they had the color texting and all because like that. They should add that
Hmm.
there. So it gives more vibrance to the kits, explains it better.
Yeah.
So yeah,
What was that one guy sniping you for when you played bow?
sniping. Oh, how was he?
I mean, why was he
Uh,
sniping you?
oh, why? Oh, because I was dodging. Because he was like, so I would queue him, I would beat him, and then we would queue again. Queues, you know how queue system works. You keep being the same person until you find someone else that's different beforehand or after, or they leave. So I would queue him, then the next queue I would leave, or I would queue the next one, and he would follow me. And I was like, fam, I don't want to fight you because you're annoying. I don't want to play sweaty. So I would leave queue. Then you'd be like, okay, I go to the he'll go to the next queue and be like, he's not there. Then he would come follow me to lobby, find me to lobby, and just follow me around until I queued again. It's an
That's
interesting
wild.
thing. I've never seen it. I've never seen it in my life, but yeah.
All of that over dodging because you just want to enjoy the
Mm-hmm.
game instead of
Yep.
fighting sweats.
Exactly.
Yeah, sounds like decent logic.
Yeah.
Okay, top three and least favorite duels. Try and
Top
give like a little
three.
reason. This could also be
Yep.
with Lilith, not just in general.
Lilith. Okay. With I would say my favorite one was MegaWalls. It's definitely the longest one I played for. Technically, I wouldn't say the longest because I have higher titles now, but MegaWalls will always have a place in my heart. The community, this little small community that it is definitely it's the Discord I went back to. You know, those people there are definitely the nicest people, nice people in my opinion. We enjoy each other. MegaWalls, we like each other. MegaWalls is my favorite. Definitely one of my top number one. I'm happy I played it. Then I would say OP is number two. It's good. Speed PvP is fun. I like the speed PvP. Being able to get cool combos is definitely the funnest part. And it's definitely on the sweatier side. But when you find it not, it's not too bad. Definitely have the fun with it. I think I would say classic is number three because of the fact that it's just really easy. It's not like the most like interactive game mode. It used to be, I say, when they had the flint and steel, you would be able to play and be able to use it. But obviously, I could see the issues with flint and steel. You'd just be able to put someone on fire and just run away. And that was probably an issue. Obviously, they removed it with the first update in 2021. And then the picking up arrows, they also removed. I could see why. Like, imagine. But the problem was that I liked the picking up arrows. I guess I'm probably good better with the bow. That's why. But yeah, I don't think they should have turned that off, but I understand why. You could just have 10 arrows. Like imagine you could get like with 5 full power shots, you could get someone below half. So you could probably kill someone with only a bow if they missed all 5. But those are my top 3. My least favorite was UHC because that's just it's too. It was very difficult, very sweaty, hard to keep maintaining. So people that definitely have the higher title is very impressive, especially with how sweaty it is. Bridge because of the fact that it's just really it's a lot. Obviously, the good bridge player is a really good bridge player. I was never good at bridge solo. I only used it with dodging. And then Skywars Duels. It's not like obviously these three are like not like ranking them like 1, 2, 3. Like 3 Skywars is the worst, but it's definitely not my favorite. it can be good at the times, but definitely the RNG is what carries it to being a bad game mode. For the top 3, I'll do an honorable mention of combo with dodging. Combo with dodging is really fun. I enjoyed it a lot. Obviously, without dodging, it might be the worst, one of the worst 3 as well. Obviously, I could not play that without it, but with dodging, it's definitely good.
What did you enjoy about combo?
Oh, okay, what? Oh, it's hard. Okay. When I joined that, definitely the comboing part, being able to make someone fly is definitely the fun part. Clicking fast is really fun as well, and definitely the purling, like being able to rush pearl, was definitely a really good factor. Being able to throw your pearl across the map, kill them quick, is really nice. Obviously, without dodging, I would never touch combo because that's too cheater heavy. It's really difficult, but it's definitely the one fun game. If you had dodging, I would tell people to play it. It's definitely really fun.
Mm-hmm. When you mained overall, did you speak to the comms? Or were you just
The
silent?
communities, I kind of did, kind of not really. Not really too much because I would say if I did the main duels before I got year banned, I would have been in all those communities. Now I'm like kind of just more of the casual player. Obviously, number 19 doesn't seem very casual overall. Doesn't seem that casual, but if I joined a few. I met like the Wukong, not really the duels specific communities. Like I've been asked to join them, kind of declined those. Not really much of my thing, but would I have joined them? I'm not sure. Obviously, I feel like when I started with parkour, I probably could have joined to at least learn how to get faster instead of trying to figure out how to get fast on my own. But because getting fast on your own was kind of just looking when you did queue a sweat, if somehow you did queue a sweat, you would see what they would do, and then how can you do it and make sure you do it well as you just fast. But there's definitely some jumps in parkour where it's like I can't do it at all, but they can. I'll never know. But I feel like communities would have been nice to join them, especially because people I would like to meeting people is always a nice thing to do sometimes. Obviously, you got to be careful with online communities. There's a lot of secrets and a lot of fake people and a lot of problems with community sometimes that people don't really see at the surface. But at the deep end, you can definitely get in a lot of trouble and a lot of problems arise from the communities as well. So would I have joined them at the time? Probably could have, but I really didn't though.
Would you change anything about each duel? It's got to include
I
mechanics like KB or like the timer in Bridge.
I would put the timer back to 5 seconds, Bridge. I liked 5 seconds. I was able to eat my gap and aim the bow a bit better. Obviously, you still can do it with 3, but I understand why. Quicker game, get to the fight quicker, enjoy the game more. 5 seconds is a bit long, but I preferred 5. The KB, everyone says the KB is broken on Hypixel. I may not be. I guess I'm not good enough to know that the KB was really altered. I guess it was at some point, but you can definitely tell. Especially, I think the KB is the most broken in boxing duels. That duel needs to be fixed. I hope they fix it in the update because that is something they really do need to fix. The boxing KB is completely cooked. I don't know how they put that game mode with that KB without even testing it. Doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah, so other some game modes. I remember when they did the update, they changed the KB and combo, and everyone hated it, and then they reverted it. That was funny. Yeah,
Hmm.
but some game I don't. There's not some game of changes. I would per se.
What about the
What
snow
other game
maps?
mode? Snow maps. Oh, I okay. They do need to be removed. I don't know why I still have them. It's kind of funny in my opinion because we should not be still having snow maps in the middle of July. But at the same time, I've always liked the variety of maps. It's interesting to have them because we've had the same maps for so long. It was really repetitive, but obviously you don't really pay attention to the maps when you're playing too much. But obviously they should be removed at some point. Would be nice to have some. It would have been nice to have some summer maps. I think we take it though that we at least got a summer lobby. I don't know. I don't think we've ever got one. I don't know. Maybe we have, but that was our first. It was first one in a while, so that was nice. They at least remember us. They remember duels does exist.
Hmm.
But yeah, the maps should be removed. But yeah, I like them. I hope new maps. And then TNT. We I Everyone hated the new maps in TNT duels and when the update released in 2021. Me, I liked them. Obviously, the floor to death, like the death when the void was too low or too high. Sorry, you could die really quickly if you're not ready. So if that was lowered and the map was expanded just a bit, I think, in my opinion, it would be better. Obviously, I don't know if they'll even do it because so many people disliked it. But at the same time, it was really I liked them. Having the variation in the height was cool in my opinion. It added like a new depth to the game mode because the game mode is good as it is, like with the flat land already, but having the changing of heights was really cool in my opinion. I wish they could bring them back and add them again and people just like accept it or I bet you can't really force something on people like especially if you want to be liked, you can't really do that. So they had to remove them. And
Mhm.
but I think having those maps back altered to fix how the TNT players actually want it would be good in my opinion.
So every mode is perfect in your opinion?
uh, I never had outside issues. Never really. I've explained most of the changes I would have done, but not most game modes are fine as they are. Like maybe Blitz and MegaWalls could get some kit balancing. Maybe they could balance it based for 1v1s, so because they're balanced based on the actual game mode themselves. They were just taken from it, so they're expected to. So some kits are just not even viable at all. But that's always going to be a thing, right? There's always going to be some form of meta. Like there's always going to be the best
Mhm.
things to play. It's hard to balance things, but they said in the update for this year, July, that they would try to balance things. So let's see how they do. Will they break a kit? Who knows? But yeah, those something to try to balance those kits would be a nice thing to change as well.
What do you think about the 60-second stat saving thing in parkour?
Oh, I like that. Yeah, that's good. That's keep that at it is 60 seconds, letting people finish the race is something I like about that. I maybe I don't know. I, I got losses. I got like 19 losses in parkour. I still don't know how I lost some of those when I first parkour first came out. Like I got like 11 losses. I don't even remember how, but I did, I guess, because I remember everything being really bugged when the update came out. Like when it first came out, the leaderboard weeklies were all broken for like a week and a half. Like the weeklies would not reset, and the daily win streaks had everyone's your current best win streak at the time. Like some people had like a 600, and it would just be it would just be up there like, yo, I'm on a 600 win streak. Obviously, people used to just play through it and whatever, and they eventually fixed it. But yeah. Also, there is a bug. I don't know how many people actually know about the bug, but when you go to your Duels NPC, you put your mouse over like the game mode to see like your monthly wins, all losses, all the stats. The monthly wins, weekly wins are broken. You can't see how it says like my monthly wins is 13,000 in OP. What? They need to fix that as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's another thing I would change, like outside of the actual duels part.
Well, that's kind of a bug fix. Something that's
Yeah,
supposed to not even be in the first place.
yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how that even happened. They were trying to change something in the leaderboards, and that broke that.
What do you think about soup as a jewel, since it's already a thing in the arena?
Soup and arena. Soup. I my fingers aren't fast enough for the all the hotkeys to like hotkey each soup icon. Maybe you could scroll. I I don't think it should be a game, but I think that the game would be too fast. It's like we have no debuff. I think soup is kind of just adding another duel to just add one at that point. I don't think it would be like really any value, in my opinion. I could see the appeal, but I probably wouldn't play it. Obviously, I'd probably play it to legend, but that's about it. I wouldn't go any further. Doesn't seem like the most fun game mode. But I never really played it like how other people played it. I only played it a few times in the duel arena itself, and I didn't really like it. And then a duel arena itself, you reminded me of it. I would want people to play it. It was fun when it came out. I remember playing it, and it was kind of annoying because I got like 150 losses in it when it first came out before they stopped counted losses. So my win loss is like 1.5 or something, even though they stopped counting losses after. So it's kind of funny, but yeah, it definitely I don't know how it would be. I think it would be better for how they do it with parkour. Like it's an 8 people lobby instead of 32, and you probably need like 16 to start. I don't even know how many people you need to start it at this point, but like if you made it an 8 people lobby instead and have like 6 people start it and make it its own NPC, I think more people would probably play it. But at the same time, it's like you have an issue I have is that with the NPCs that a lot of the dead game modes are in the back and a lot of the popular ones are all in the front. I think there needs to be like a shift of them, in my opinion, to move some of them around to invite more players. Because if you think of like the average player, they're not going to go to the back to play these weird game modes they've never seen before. They're going to stick to the classic, the Sky Wars, the parkour, because they've heard of those words before. Sky Wars, they've heard parkour is like a term that every Minecraft player has heard, they're gonna go play those. Like parkour is like a game mode you would probably never expect to have that many players, but it does. Why? Because it's very accessible to everyone. Everyone knows the word. It's probably and it's in the front as well. Like if they moved like TNT other game modes to the front and put some in the back, I think more players could play them in my opinion. But obviously that's just a theory. Put the tinfoil hats on, guys.
No, that is definitely
But yeah.
true. So, what's your favorite icon and color?
Okay, the favorite icon is definitely the number one. It's definitely showing your position. I'm a little bit. I like flexing my titles. I think you probably know yourself that I do that a lot. People in the duels lobby definitely know I do that a lot. But I like the number one. If I didn't have to pick the number one, it would. It's a hard choice actually. It would definitely if the GG unboxing was bolded, I think that would be my second favorite. I don't even have it, but that would be my favorite because the non-bolded one looks mad goofy, but the bolded one would be best in my opinion. The flower was actually the parkour one, 2.5k flower is nice. I like the flower. And then my favorite color is definitely the MegaWalls one. The full black is always I've always liked the full black, fully clean. But if I didn't have to choose, it would definitely be the boxing color. Boxing color is the light red is really good.
Fake Ascended.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you enjoy black. It's kind of a
yeah.
mixed color, a little
Yeah.
controversial, if you will, since you can't
Yeah.
really
Because
read it fully. But everyone
okay,
wants
people
it.
that can't. Yeah, people can't. People say they can't read it. Like, come on, guys, open the eyes. But yeah, get a good texture pack on. But the one thing I would say that was the more annoying thing is that it definitely brought a lot of. I guess it's a good thing and a bad thing. It definitely brought a lot of people to Mega Walls duels because of the color. Like full black is like in a game like people love that like that a lot. But the Mega Walls definitely have so many more legends now at 2.5 than there's ever been like ever in my I've ever seen. And obviously, and then the problem with that is that a lot of boosters also came as well to just to get that color as well, which is like really weird. Like play the game, bro, but like whatever. Yeah, so I would say the controversy is that it just brought so many players, that so many like weird players as well. But I guess as you know, it's a good thing as well because obviously we don't want the boosters, but that's going to happen no matter what. But people that played it for legit for the color and stuff, it was good because you want a game to have a reward that's good for it because then more people will play it. Like I talked about how some people the game modes in the back don't really have any like they don't have players. So like introducing a reward that people would like to have and to a game mode that barely anyone plays is good because then more people will go to it, more people will actually play it, and it keeps the game mode alive. So yeah.
Want to move on to dodging?
Mm-hmm.
So you did
So
dodge
obviously,
a few times. So yeah, just expand your opinion on it.
I can talk a little bit like more when I first found about dodging. People said they like created the eventing of the level head, like looking at level head. I wasn't in any communities at the time yet, so I figured out my own. And level head, I used to look above, obviously, and then I would also skin dodge. You can obviously tell what a Nick skin was at the time. You can still tell now what a Nick skin is. They're quite like opposite to what most people wear. So you could see that. So you'd be able to just dodge that. I got my win streaks most from dodging, obviously, and then Lilith came around. You was using that for the whole time. And I remember there was other mods. There was the Seraph and Dual Sniffer. People said I used those for my win streaks as well, but no, I didn't because when I remember them, they were a mod, like an external thing that you would, I don't remember. It was, I think, but the problem was that you needed Forge for them, from what I remember. And the thing with the Forge was that when you load into the game, and you queue a game, right? It would go to that dirt screen for many seconds for when I played and used them and I used Forge in like the regular Minecraft client. I didn't like that. I like how it's on Lunar where it's instant. Instant the screen is changed to the game, and you're not sitting there for like 2 to 3 seconds looking at the brown screen of the dirt. I didn't like that, so I stopped. I used it like one game, and I was like, I don't like this. So I left, and I just deleted the mod and went back to my level head and skin dodging. So I just used that for a lot of the win streaks, and yeah, and then the dodging got like I dodged a lot at the time like dodging was really, it was just it made the game fun for me. The win streaks was definitely like a nice benefit because having cool win number go up, cool. But yeah, it was like that, and then dodging was fun and all, and it was pretty cool.
Do you think it's morally right? Since a lot of people have like issues with it. It goes back to the esport
It's
thing you were saying, how everyone treats it like an esport
yeah,
instead of a casual
it's
game.
it's definitely like if you look at it, it is cheating, right? You're using a thing to see like level head. I would say level head and the skin dodging was legit dodging. Like you're using things that are allowed on the server to your advantage. Everyone has access to them. Lilith was like you had to apply to it, you had to get, and if you're lucky, you got in or not. And you're able to see the statistics. You're not supposed to, you don't see the statistics of like their wins, win loss, their losses, best win streak in a game. If it showed that beforehand, anyways, why would dodging even? Why would you even need to use an external thing? It is cheating, and it's like it's obviously it's definitely I use it for just the enjoyment and getting the win streaks and being able to play the game for fun and stuff, being able to like not have to sweat at the game. But I could see the issues with it because you're not supposed to be able to see all these statistics before a game starts, especially to the if you look at the average player, you're not they don't have any idea what's going on. They're just seeing a bunch of people leave over and over and over again. So it definitely ruins the experience for the other player because it's not just you that's playing. It's, yeah, there's another person on the other side playing as well. So they and you talk about the competitive like esports thing is like it ruins the competitive integrity, you could say, because you're not supposed to be doing it, and it's something like that. It's hard to say. It's like a very iffy issue. Obviously, it is cheating. You have to accept it is cheating. You're not supposed to be able to see the stats of players like that, but it was excused by everyone to the point where it's like it was a normal thing to have it. It was kind of weird if you didn't have it. I feel like because everyone at that point had like Lilith, which was like it's okay. I don't really know. It's a weird iffy thing. It's a gray area of duels. Dodging was like everyone dodged, but I think the one thing that it was nice about is that you could get a good win streak from it because nowadays it's very rare to even get onto the leaderboard of a win streak leaderboard nowadays because there's no dodging at all. Obviously, there's probably definitely some hidden methods that people have found, but they won't show any. They wouldn't tell anyone. Why would they tell anyone?
Hmm.
Because if they can do something, why would you tell the other person and let them get the advantage when you already have it already, right?
Hmm.
So it's there's definitely like well, the win streak leaderboard was definitely nice to get on. It was cool. Yeah,
What do you think about the competitive tag under Duels in the compass menu?
that I kind of just realized about it like recently that it was there, but the game mode is not competitive at all in my opinion. It's very casual PvP. I think if you change it to casual PvP or just PvP or one-on-one PvP would be better because competitive in my sense is like you look at the ranked Sky Wars, right? That's competitive. Like
Hmm.
that was like you had a rating system, you would go up or down, you would have rewards at the end of a season, you would have like placements. That's competitive. Duels is not competitive. So obviously adding the hidden names thing, in my opinion, just have it where you can see the person, you can see their name, you can see their skin, you can see them. That's what make it like just whatever. That's the basic thing. Bed Wars, they also did it for Bed Wars. I don't know why they did that. Bed Wars was fine as it is. Obviously, they don't like dodging, right? It's complete covered of dodging. Obviously, for the most part, it's probably is still some, but yeah, but that's I understand the competitive tag. I think should be changed because it's not a competitive mode at all. It should be changed obviously to 1v1 duels, 1v1 PvP. Competitive doesn't make sense. It's not really descripting. If you want to make a competitive, add a ranked thing to the game mode, then you can call it competitive. Then I would agree. But there
Hmm.
is no ranked thing. There's no rewards to get like that. So no, it's not competitive.
What do you think about Skywars having all the IGNs visible still?
Um, I'm surprised they didn't block it out. By the same time, the community is not really that big anymore, so doesn't really wouldn't really make a difference anyways. You queue a lot of the same players anyways. Like I remember coming back and Skywars Doubles Insane just didn't even queue. It doesn't even queue anymore. I don't think it's even there anymore. Skywars Solo Insane barely even plays. It's only normal now. I don't like playing normal. I don't like normal. I like Insane, I like the Diamond Armor, and like the heavier kits. It's definitely
Hmm.
more fun. Obviously, it's not there anymore. Being the visible names doesn't really. It wouldn't change anything in my opinion if they were hidden or not. It doesn't really make a difference in my opinion in that with a lower player count. It has the same around duels, but I don't think so. It would really make much of a difference. If they hit it, I don't think nothing would change really. Because Bed Wars is
Hmm.
such a big change in my opinion. That's why people were so riled about it. Because of how many players still play it.
That means it's morally correct if you auto dodge 30 plus wins in Skywars.
Yeah. I don't know why you would dodge in Sky Wars. Really no point.
Pause.
It wouldn't make any sense.
Talk about your win streaks.
Alright. Yeah, I've
Can we
had
get like a
a few
timeline
win
of it
streaks.
too? Yeah.
Eh, I've had quite a bit of win streaks in my past. So my first one was 449 Blitz. That was level head dodged. And that was like when I first joined a community, as we can talk about, like look at interactive little communities in here. Like that's when I first, I showed people. I was like, yo, I'm pretty proud of this. Yeah. Then it was 1,186 Blitz win streak. Now, this win streak was a big jump because everyone started to think now people were thinking like, how did someone even get that far? Because at the time, number one was 702. Now that's a big jump, and people were like, what the heck? How is this kid doing it? Is he boosting? Is he cheating? And at the time, I was in like one to few communities, so no one really knew me that well. Because remember at the time, thinking now this is my second title now. I got Sumo God like now Blitz, so I barely talk. Obviously I was in Duels lobby, but outside of the Duels lobby, I barely talked to anyone. I talked to a few people. I was in like one server, two servers, but that's about it. And then people were just like, how did you do this? And I was just like, I just dodged level head, and people were believing it, I guess, at the time, but not really, because I remember when I got it, the Duels archive, I was in that server. People said I was boosting it, and we'll talk about more about that later. But yeah, I got 1186, and then I lost it to a sniper. Sniper was 7C underscore. You know about him. I think he's in your guild.
Hmm.
But
He has aura in
yeah, that's how I
DMs.
lost. Sus guy, but whatever. Then I got my MegaWalls win streaks. I started my first one ever was like a 250 or something, or like 240, some low. It was like 200 something. Obviously, I think lifetime top 10 solo was like 260 or something at the time. Imagine being at that low at the time. Now it's like 500 something. That's crazy. But yeah, and then and then I got to 1686. That was with Lilith dodging. And yeah, I tied number one with the guy named Fossilized. He's also a lifetime Mega Walls player, Mega Walls Duels and Mega Walls player. He's a Skyball player now, but we were like really good friends, so we just tied at number one. Be both together. Cool guy, a good friend. And then at the time, I think the Duels update came out around that time. I got the 1686 after the Duels update. The only good win streak I got before was the 1186 Blitz win streak, and that's about it. Then I went back, and then Blitz, I played overtime and I got to 1400. Now that's according to, I still think it's number one legit, but there's a person that got 1516. I don't even know if that's legit because I wasn't there when that person did do it, so I don't know if it was legit. I'm gonna assume it is. I'll take the number two. Sad, but it is. I also got 793 boxing. Yeah, I used to be on the boxing win streak leaderboard, but I don't think anyone actually remembers. But like, it was a random win streak I got. But I lost it in like the middle of that like 1 a.m. and I was playing and I versus alt account, and he was like, "I'll give you the win and stuff," and I was like, "Yo, please give me the." He's like, "Give me your Discord," and I gave him my Discord, and he still killed me anyway, so I was quite unfortunate. But well, I lost it, and I was actually pretty proud. The boxing win streak was nice to have. It was kind of cool in my opinion. At the time, it was like number two, I think. But yeah, and then 518 bow. That one had a lot of weird things that I did. Probably last five wins were boosted for that one, but we'll talk about that when we get there. But the bow was definitely like that one was when dodging was heavy and no one like dodging people. Like the bow players did not like dodging. Like, really did not like dodging. Like anyone they dodged, they would try to get on ults and snipe you as quick as possible. And they did not like getting anyone gun on the win streaks unless they were like good pro players. And then now in modern times, those are like my big main streaks. I got like a 500 UHC, but that was like 500. It's just casual dodging for it. TNT was like 200 something. Sniped in there a few times. Make sure I wouldn't get anywhere with that one. Skywars, I never really had anything was really impressive. Now it's like the 200 one. And then combo before, like when I was first doing combo, like up to like legend, I got to like 300 something, I think, and it was pretty cool. But then when I came back, I got a 684 that was sniped. I got pretty close. I was pretty happy with that because it was like coming back now, so it was like a cool win streak. And then my parkour, I'm currently on actually an 848, but I haven't played because I'm kind of just too lazy to play. I would like to get to 1,000 at least, but I don't think that's possible because with that the chunk errors, and it was quite rare, but still possible and it's annoying. And then those were kind of like the big win streaks. My overall was 1596 at the time before my ban. It was definitely really nice because before that it was 1187. So before I continue with the 1596, that 1187, instead, since it's not, and because it's not 1186 as my blitz win streak, it's not the same, is because when at the time when you would slash duel someone, there was a glitch where it would still count for stats in a slash duel. So you normally says on the bottom left, no stats will be affected in this duel. So if it didn't show it, it was an actual win. You would get a win in your win count. And I won the duel, thankfully, but obviously I didn't know at the time. And my win streak, I was sitting on 1,000 at the time, and it went to 1,001. I didn't realize even after winning. I was like, and I looked later, I was like, oh my gosh, imagine if I lost that. That would have been really awkward. But yeah, I won thankfully, so I was able to 1,000. I got one extra instead of 1,186. Yeah, those are my win streaks. Nothing too big, but definitely caused a lot of controversy with some of them, which we'll get into.
Hmm. Do you enjoy streaking, or is it just a side thing?
I I did obviously more like I wanted wins and stuff, but at the time when Lilith was still around, win streaks was I liked doing them because I like seeing that nice big number. You know, I look cooler. Obviously, people don't really. It's obviously now I don't really care about streaks at all because I just kind of just play for the win part. I like getting my wins and enjoying the game instead. The win streaks were a big thing beforehand. I really did like getting them. They were fun. Obviously, if I would be lying if I saying I didn't like getting them and it was like I just did it as a side project thing. No, it was definitely like the main thing. It was a good driving force for why I was playing Duel at the time.
If dodging returned, would you still streak?
If dodging return, no, it would be like how you said it's a side thing. If a
Hmm.
streak happened, it happened. I wouldn't go necessarily for a streak. I would still do my daily wins and then get off for the day, and then log back later to play, talk to people in duels lobby or something. I wouldn't try to go for the streak necessarily. Like if I lost, I lost. I would not care because that's how it worked when I came back in 2020, 2024, when I was doing combo. Lilith was still around. Like I was just grinding for the wins. Like I wouldn't like if I lost, I wouldn't care too much. Like the win streak ends or something, it's whatever. I would just continue to play because obviously there's still a lot of cheaters in combo, snipers in combo. So it wouldn't really matter to me. When if I got win streaks now, awesome, but not my main thing. Not I wouldn't care really.
Want to talk about the communities?
Communities in 2020 when I first started, I was really big into the communities. I liked joining the Discord servers. I was in a lot of them. The big one was like Duels Archive, Crits was old Blitz one, and other ones here and there. I was in quite a few. Obviously now it's not that much, not too many, but before then I loved talking to the Duelscom outside in the Discord servers. It was a big thing. If I could go back, I would still do it because some people are actually genuinely really nice. I met a lot of really cool people. But there's a lot of downsides though. A lot of people were weird and annoying. Obviously, I wish I didn't either interact with them or that I just yeah didn't interact with them. But old me is old me, and a lot of mistakes were made. A lot of people I fought with a lot of the times. Communities were definitely more heated because of everyone being inside. Like I would say now it's a lot more tame. Like people like now are very chill. It's definitely relaxed in my opinion. Like now you barely see many fights, especially like in duels. Like back in the day, 2021 and that and all, it'd be like 2020, 2021, where a lot of fighting in the lobby, like so many arguments. I was seeing all of them. It was like quite funny. I found it quite funny at the time because fighting in duels.
Hmm.
There's a lot of questionable things going on as well behind the scenes in communities. But like obviously I'm still happy. Like I'm still happy I joined them. I made the good friends, really good friends here and there. They probably know who they are. A lot of good friends. And even now, obviously I'm not in that many communities now, but I've made a lot of cool friends. A lot of people I just talk to, say hi to. They're all really nice. But back then, the communities people were definitely more heated. I already said that, but like more people were agitated. I guess it's like everyone's at home. They want to go outside. They want to do something else than be on the computer all day. But obviously, people will do what they want. I enjoyed talking to them for the time I did. Some people I didn't enjoy. But now I've definitely learned from that and trying to be nicer as I can. Be a nice person. Try not to be mean or toxic. Definitely toxicity was a big thing. I tried not for my best to not be toxic when I can, be nice. Obviously, I may say that occasional L to like an annoying player in a duels queue. Yo, don't tell anyone though. I may say L a few times,
Mhm.
but yeah, um, but yeah, the communities definitely good communities out there. I interacted with a lot of them. I talked to a lot of people. Duels Archive was a big one. I think I was in there a lot. I'm not in there anymore, but I was there. Talked a lot in that one. Yeah,
What's your experience with
community.
Wukong?
Wukong. Okay, so obviously, I really wish I joined. I was friends with Shaden more beforehand because Shaden and I really, in my opinion, we used to not really like each other before. We would both fight a lot about things. How he would call me out for boosting, I would call him out for losing his account and all that. Yeah, but now Wukong, when I came back, Shaden was like, "Yo, we can just be friends, we can be chill with each other." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, I like that." I've been friends with him for like a year now, almost a year now. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, we're good. I joined Wukong. He was like, why not join? The sad part was that when Lilith got patched, a lot of the players in that kind of left anyways, or not left, but like stopped playing. So the community, it's definitely not as big as it probably was before, which is sad. But Wukong, it's nice. I get to enjoy. They have like a channel in the server. We get to post your titles every time you get a new one. So I like doing that. It's funny. I like posting. I like getting the reactions, like the fire emoji or the thumbs ups. Those are funny ones. That's the one nice thing that's still there. Everyone's still the Discord server is not that active, but people when they do talk, it's all nice things. Not really, obviously, I would assume people in Wuk. There's probably some people in Wukong probably don't even like me still, but that's fine. Obviously, if they don't like me, they don't like me. Nothing I can do. I'll just talk to people that do like me and that act like them back, and we care about each other. And yeah, the Wukong is definitely obviously it was probably huge back then. There's probably so many people that talked in it. Now it's really not that quiet. I mean, it is quiet. Sorry, it's definitely I've seen times it's just me online actually, and I'm just playing my duels win. This is kind of it out. Sometimes they have like a bot thing where the guy you can talk from the Discord to the player on the server, which is pretty cool in my opinion. So sometimes like you see random like Jackson or Shade, and they would pull
Hmm.
up and they yo what's up, Kang. So I talk to them sometimes. Nice. Shane and I, we talk sometimes in the Discord DMs now. We're just chill. Wukong is definitely it's nice. I'm not really much of a big duels guy. I mean, duels guilds guy. I joined a few of some of them in my past. I remember joining your guild when you were banned at that point, and I was like,
Doesn't
this is guild's
count.
not that really that. Yeah, I joined. I remember. I joined Wound. I don't know if I did. I don't think I did because Arabia still asks me sometimes, which is funny. But I don't think I joined Wound. Joined what other? I remember. Oh, okay. I was doing a few like when 2020. There was a lot of cheaters back then still, so I joined a lot of cheater guilds, but I didn't actually cheat or anything, which was weird. But my friends at the time, when they were still playing, like online friends, they were in it, so I just joined too. I didn't really have anywhere else to go. I think there was Osaka, there was Veloy Fan Club, and yeah, I think you know Veloy,
Hmm. Of course.
but yeah, I joined their guilds. I was in Ritual for a bit, but then I kind of just faded out from them anyways. But yeah, those people like Guild Wukong's pretty chill. I'm happy where I am. The people that I do talk to, if there is any at the time, are all nice to me. I'm nice to them back. It's all just happy times.
Hmm. Want to talk about your ban history?
Okay, ban history. I've gotten 3 bans before. My first ban was a cheating ban. I still don't know how I got banned. I wasn't cheating at all at the time, but according to the Hypixel, I was, and then I got banned for 30 days. I was playing with another person, Jade XOXO. I think I don't know if you know them, but they were pretty really good at the time, and they got banned. I felt really bad. They got banned at the time because of me, even though I wasn't cheating at all. It was quite annoying because I was like, I didn't cheat. I appealed, got denied, whatever. Then I just waited 30 days. That was just a random ban. I don't still don't know why it happened. But then obviously because of that, I lost out of the win streaks I had at the time. But then when the duels update came out after I got unbanned, they reverted all those win streaks because I don't know why they did, but they did. So the people that got unbanned before the duels update, their win streaks came back, which is pretty cool in my opinion. And then at the time, and then my second ban was another 30-day ban. Was that mm, was a self ban? Yes. So at the time, I kind of just a bug happened where my my 1596 overall win streak. I was getting no debuff legend at the time, and what happened was I don't near the daily reset, my win streak glitched or something, and it reset back to 0. So my overall win streak was 0. And as I told you, win streaks were a big part of my duels journey before, so I was quite upset. And then I self banned myself for 30 days. Now, was that the right decision? No.
Over
Was
a
I?
glitch.
Yeah, it was really wasn't. Obviously, I look about it myself. I'm like, what are you doing, fam? It's just a number in a game, right? But obviously back then I cared a lot, and I was like, I worked, quote unquote, worked hard for it, right? Dodging was literally all about it, and it was like I was just annoyed because it's like, man, now I got to work all the way up to get it again, you know. So I was like really unhappy, and at the time, pretty much duels was fading from my interest at the point, and I was like kind of just losing interest in duels anyways. So I was like gonna just ban myself. Obviously, I wish I didn't. I had so many cool things back then. I look back at it now, I'm like wishing to do it, but shoulda, woulda, coulda. Obviously now I'm a better person, way better than I was before. Mentality's like 10 times stronger, feeling a lot better now. And my third ban was a year ban. Crazy. It was near the 30-day ban, so my ban status was like on the higher end. So it was a year. I thought people said it was a half a year, but it was a year. And people, I was like, it was a really stupid ban. Should not have done it. So when I was queuing no debuff, because I came back, right, and I got no debuff legend at the time, so I kept continuing with no debuff at that point. And if someone put bots in queues, so they would insta leave, and I quote unquote boosted to a 200 no debuff daily or something. A few hours later, I was banned, and then it was a year ban. At the time, though, I'm happy that was banned. Obviously, I wish I didn't get banned because I could have got so many more duels wins at the time. But at the same time, it's like I'm happy I got banned. It was like it was a good reset on my life. Get out of the screen, go do something. Because at the time it was my first year of college. At that point, now I was going into it, and it was definitely really nice. You could see I was able to go outside again, have some nice in my life, like get out of the screen, do things with my life instead. So the year ban was definitely a good reset. And then when I came back after the year, I started up. I came back to Hypixel again. I was like, you know what? I'll be different this time. I'm not gonna be stupid. I want to make sure this band status gets back to low again. I feel scared to do anything weird, so I just played Skyblock for a lot of time. And then eventually the band status. Obviously now I'm on comp band. I can play Hypixel Pit. Ooh, I can play in the non-existent tournaments, and now I can do whatever I want. But
The
yeah, it was
MegaWalls,
definitely this.
the real
Yeah,
one.
I would never have actually play MegaWalls unless I play with like a friend or something. That game mode is awful. The cheater are crazy. I still don't like MegaWall. Actual MegaWalls, people say you should have played it instead, but I never liked it, so I never did. Wait, those are my three bans. Would I like to? Would I? Would I wish I didn't get banned? Of course, but definitely it was definitely good to get banned at one point. Obviously, most people never get banned. Stay like that, guys. Don't get banned.
Hmm.
But it was definitely nice. That year one was definitely a good life reset for me. Definitely it got me back into doing other things outside other than just playing Minecraft all day. So yeah, those are my three bans.
I also got the Winstreak wipe that you got on your second ban. All you have to
Oh
do is just email
yeah.
support about it, and they instantly give you the Winstreak back.
Okay. So the second ban I appealed, obviously it was denied. And then I did do the bug report before I got banned about that wood streak, and they just didn't respond to me. Obviously, I'm not surprised at all.
Nice.
But it's whatever. But the problem was that my friend at the time, he told me that he was talking to like an admin or something. He was talking to support or something about it, about the win streak and trying to fix it. So I didn't know that at the time. He didn't tell me, right? So if he told me that, I probably wouldn't have got banned. But he didn't tell me. It's unfortunate. I don't blame him at all. I'm not saying I blame him for that ban, but I wish I knew at least. But at the same time, that was my decision. I make my own decisions myself. No one's really telling me what to
Mhm.
do. My fault. I take full blame for that. The bug, obviously, who knows if that bug is still out there? Who knows? That's so rare. It was unfortunate to happen to me, but yeah, I
It
got the
happens on
second ban. Then
daily
I came back.
resets.
Yeah, it was like rats right there when daily resets. If you're playing at the time, something can happen. The windshield just poofs. So whatever. Because it wasn't just my overall, my no debuff win streak also broke.
Hmm.
And then yeah. And then at the win streaks, oh yeah, the win streaks wiping. those were all gone. I had to fix all, quote unquote, try to fix them. Obviously, my win streaks are way lower than they are now. My MegaWalls is like 196 now. I only got that because I got the dodging was still around right when it came back, so I was able to get something at least. Then I lost a B hopper. Cool, but yeah, obviously the win streaks 10 times way lower than they are now. But obviously now I don't care about the win streaks. I want my wins. So yeah, that was like it's like the bans of the Mintyexd.
Mhm. Let's move on to the allegations. So a few people said you boosted your wins for the other modes, and obviously your win streaks.
The wins one, other modes it can be it's an iffy thing. People say I did, people say I didn't. That obviously didn't. Quite obviously I didn't. But they more of the boosted wins was MegaWalls boosted wins, especially in like the doubles and some doubles, mostly solo. Doubles, I'll start with that because it's like I didn't. I played with one other friend. We both literally got sniped, so we weren't even boosting because at the time MegaWalls doubles quite cute. You can get like a 50 daily actually. It was quite possible even if it was slow, but it was possible to do it. And you wouldn't, I didn't need to boost because why would we boost that? We're just trying to have fun, play the game. And then we got sniped eventually, anyways. And then if that makes me a booster, that makes them the booster as well, which they clearly aren't either. The solo, because honestly, people at the time, people just didn't like me at the time. I wasn't the most nice person. I talked about how toxicity was the big thing. And I was pretty toxic as well. So, and obviously, I fed into the heat of people saying I boosted as well. A lot of people did, and I fed into it instead of being like, you know what, you can say that. Obviously, I know I didn't. People, I fed into it. I would say, no, I didn't boost. I didn't do that. I didn't do that. Blah 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 blah. And that was like the wins because it was a lot of Mega Walls wins quickly. And people were like, you never have shown any proof of anything. Well, obviously you're boosting. And then like, why don't you show replays? And like, fam, you don't allow me to show you replays. You just say I keep boosting. You keep saying that I dodge you on ults all the time. The win streaks was the first one was the 1186 win streak that was people said I really boosted for it, even though I just didn't. I just didn't really tell people that I dodged and I just used level head and stuff. No one really knew that I did that. I just got the win streak and people were just like, yo, you boosted it. Couldn't really defend myself and it kind of spiraled from that. And people would just say I boosted all my time. And it was just like, whatever. People, especially people that say like they tried to snipe me and stuff, but I just dodged them. And even though, because, so if you're dodging my snipe ball, you must be boosting, right? No, it's probably not that. It's either you're not sniping me, or that you just don't, or you're just making up things to just feel better about yourself or something like that. Because in my opinion, if you were trying to snipe me, you probably would have sniped me at the time because you can only dodge so, especially with the 1186 blitz switch streak. People, it was very easy. Seven Sneeze tried like a few times, and I instantly got sniped. He b-hopped me on me, and I died. So something is either you're lying, or you're saying that I didn't do it, or you're saying that I boosted. But wait, sorry. Either you're lying from the fact that you try to snipe me, but or I dodged you because I'm boosting, or you just didn't even try at all. It's one of the two, right? Because it's like I don't think because you would have sniped me at the time, or you just didn't. And then TNT was another big thing because after Blitz, I went to TNT with all the boosting heat going to there, and many people were messaging me like, "Yo, you're boosting all your wins. What are you doing, bro?" I'm like, "Fam, I'm not." And then the problem, and when I talked about feeding into it was a problem is that I would tell people like, "Oh, I'm boosting, let me be," and it was like, then you took it out of context, and people like, I think in the Wukong server is actually a quote of that, me saying that I'm boosting, let me be, and it's like, obviously with sarcasm, but people take that as literal and be like, "Oh, you literally admitted yourself, bro. What are you doing?" And it's obviously why you lying. And like, I told people I wouldn't boost, and I didn't. The only times I've actually boosted was 5 bow wins and the 200 no debuff daily. The 5 bow wins was when I got to 513 in bow. Win streak number 10 was 518. I boosted the last 5 wins. Back then, I told people I didn't. Obviously, I was weird, but it was very obvious I did. And I will admit that I boosted it. It was very obvious. No point of hiding it now. No one cares. Not even on the win streak leaderboard anymore. No one cares. I don't care. And that was the 2 times I boosted. Maybe as a joking, I would tell people I did boost, as again feeding into it that the fact that I boosted the Black Plus, because I went from like 150. I bought the big booster bundle when it was like $30 at the time for like a deal, and I boosted Black Plus. That was a joke, feeding into it as usual. Shouldn't have done that.
Mhm.
But the allegations will always come up there. People will say anything they want. It's that if you should just go to the source of the person, ask them first, because people will say a lot of things about you on the internet. people do anything to say anything. So obviously, if they want to say that stuff about me, they say it. If the person they're saying it to was smart and they'd be like, okay, you can tell to me this, but I'll talk to the other actual person and they can explain it to me. And yeah, obviously, if they want to believe it, they want to believe it. I can't do anything. People that say that I boosted still don't really know me, or it's just say it to say it at that point. And people say that I denied boosting, even though I really just never did. I never boosted to begin with. If I boost, I even played with someone in call my MegaWalls Duels wins. We would call in the morning, we'd play together, and we would just. He watched me play the majority of the time. You could just ask him as well. I have other people that are trustable sources to ask, but they wouldn't say anything. They wouldn't ask. Why would they ask? They can just make them their own thing in their head, say it to people. People will believe it, right? So yeah, that was the allegations and stuff. That's what people say. Obviously, if people want to believe it, then they don't want to believe me. I don't really care. I just play the game for fun now. I play for the wins, and that's about it.
Mhm. It's just the fact that everyone's incompetent and you actually do something
Mm-hmm.
legit.
Yeah, that's like they see big number. They're like, fam, you can't. If I can't do it, that means you can't do it
Yep,
either. And it's like
exactly. Sheep logic.
they're like, yeah, and it's just like they get angry because someone else could do something better than them. And it's just like they get jealous. A lot of jealousy in that game mode because like, but at the same time, it's whatever. It's everywhere. It's not like it's just only in duels. It's everywhere in the world. Gotta accept it. Let them do what they want. If they want to get mad over something, let them get mad. That's
Mhm.
their fault.
But yeah, that's pretty common with all of the
Yeah.
allegations, even outside of Hypixel. Like someone says something
Yeah.
and everyone just believes them without any
Yep.
proof.
Yeah. That's probably like that Twitter thing, like the app, the Twitter, the X people call it now.
Mhm.
Yeah, that stuff. Like on there, it's like even worse. I think people believe it. You say one thing, and everyone believes it. I could never. I don't know how anyone. You got to see both sides before you make a decision. It's like common sense, you know. You got to see one side. If one person says anything, you got to see what the other person says, and you can make your judgment based off of that.
Yeah, just don't get into politics.
That is too that well, yeah. That's a whole thing on its
That's
own.
just actually sheep wars. War games at home.
Wool games at home. That's funny. Yeah,
Anyways,
we got the wool games at home. Mom, can we get the
Turbo
wool
Cats
games? No, we
Racer.
have wool games at home.
Turbo Cat Racer. Obviously,
Yeah,
you played it a few times. You know there and there.
yeah,
Maybe did a tourney
yeah. I
or
played.
two.
I Turkey R. When I remember us going into the classic games lobby, and I was like, what game would I play? I don't know. Duels. I've been playing duels for a long time. Let me try to expand myself. You know, Skywars I play. Bed Wars was only with friends. Skywars I got like 15 stars at the time. That was cool. I like the Diamond Prestige. Sorry, TK. TK I was like, okay, let me play this game. You know what? And it's really popular because it was COVID at the time. It was 2021, and it was really popular. As in terms of there was actually people playing the game. Now it's not that big because no one plays classic games anymore, anyways. So I joined it. I was like, let me learn this. And since I boosted to Black Plus, I had all the coins, so I just bought the max card anyways. And my friends were like, "Yo, this kid's bro, what are you doing, bro? Why you buying you buying the max card, bro? I just play the game, like, build up." And I did that. So and I looked at and I remember seeing that there was the rating leaderboard, and I was like, I've always wanted a cool thing, like a cool banner, because my Skywars banners were all like gold and iron division, very hard to get diamond or masters. So I was like, you know what? Wait, I can just do ranked and TKR. And the first season, well, I think it was before May. I think it was the April season. So each season was like a month, like a normal. I got like some like ninth or something. I don't remember. But I was like, I like this game. I want to play it more. So the next season, I was like, you know what? I just want more golds because you're in the game you have a gold trophies. So you'll be able to like next to your name, your golds would be there, the amount of gold trophies you got. So I wanted to get that up, and I realized, okay, wait, I'm getting a lot of rating because the rating was not if you get first, you only get more rating. It's that if you placed high, you get more rating. So it's placed on playtime, not really that much skill. So there was skill, obviously, if you want more rating, but if you got the skills, you can get. I mean, if you got the played a lot, you can get just high rating. So I just played and played and played, and eventually I got the highest rating in one season on my like first time I really played CKR. So that was really cool. It was like 21,112. I don't think that's even possible to beat anymore. Maybe it is, I don't know. But at the time I was really proud of it. I was really happy with it. But the one thing that people didn't really like me for that is that because I was really at TKR still because I just got the max cart and didn't really learn like how to drive fast, like the lines. So like like racing in those racing lines, the actual
Mhm.
racing, where it's like the optimal path that you have to go on to make sure you get the maximum speed and be able to get the perfect range and stuff, whatever. I don't really know, but it's just follow the lines, you get the maximum, keep ahead. That the problem is that I had like 1800 golds and like 750 silvers, so I didn't actually like get good at the game really. I kind of just played it to play it, and people didn't. They were like, "Yo, fam," and then at the same time, the season that I did do it, the TKR community, so I was in that community when I played it, was going under some like a lot of fighting and going fighting or something. I don't know. I kind of was just like there. I was like, "Yo, why are we fighting? I kind of want to play the game, guys." So not, and then I remember some like top players also being like, "Fam, you just played too much, bro. Go outside and stuff." And it's like they didn't like me because I just kept playing and playing. And it's like whatever. I felt like when I did do that, I was like, "Fam, every community I go to, like no one likes me, bro. Like what the heck? What did I do wrong? I'm just playing the game now." And I guess another issue was that when on the last 3 days of the season, I had to go camping with my family. So I gave my account to someone else to finish off the thing. That being said, I would have done it anyways, even if I didn't have to. I would have been able to go and finish off the top number one anyways. But he played for like 2 days and I came back. I finished it off, but like he did that, and then when he admitted it, obviously because we're gonna keep it hiding a secret. Obviously now it's whatever. But he told people he was like we were saying keep it a secret, but then someone questioned him about it and he admitted it, and obviously I felt backstabbed at the time, and it's like, fam, we had the plan, it's cool, we are gonna keep it a secret for as long as we can. But then he told people, he admitted it, and I was like, well, I don't really like you that much now. Obviously, if I could meet him again, I would definitely be a lot nicer to him. That was my fault. I should have not just like pushed him away from that because it's whatever at the time. But yeah, it's fine. Obviously, I got the number one. I was happy, and then later down the line, and there was a TKR tournament. I got 22nd place. I was really happy with that. Obviously, because I'm not like the best of TKR players, but at the time, it's like only the top players would really finish high in positions. So that was like the really cool thing I did in TKR. That was my TKR time. I really enjoyed it. Like if I would do it again, I would so do it again. Playing TKR when it was good, when it was like there was a lot of people, it was really fun. The racing is definitely the fun part. Definitely learning the strategies, and it's like Mario Kart but for Minecraft. So it's Mario Kart's a really fun game as it is. So
Mhm.
TKR is gonna be good. Yeah, that was TKR.
I mean, the thing your friend did is pretty disgusting. Like it wasn't even a big
Yeah,
deal. You were gonna get it
yeah.
anyways.
Obviously, it is what it is now. But
Hmm.
obviously, backstabbing like that isn't kind of cool. Backstabbing is a big thing. Backstabbing is really mean. I try my best. If I've ever done it to anyone, I'm sorry. Let me tell people now. Obviously, you
Hmm.
could shame me if I have ever done it. I don't think I have. I hope I've never done it to anyone. But yeah, it is what it is. He told people whatever. I don't think the TikTok community actually even likes me anymore. No, whatever. I don't talk to anyone there from anyways. So yeah.
All five of them. Anyways, what do you think about the controls of TKR? Since a lot of nons like get disgusted instantly because it's a little jittery.
Yeah, the TR it was controls are weird. Some like like there was definitely a lot of things like if you were the boost pads, there's a little thing like you can boost on a boost. Like if you drift and release on a boost pad, you wouldn't like get the heat meter up, right? And you would definitely like nons would definitely have a hard time with it. It's funny sometimes 'cause they're like spinning out. I think there was a lot of problems up there as well as that the TKR was that some non they would get their friends and they would try to like stop people from winning. So they would have a non that would get the item box, the first item box, come back, and then when the person's coming up to the next lap, they would shoot their items at the person to slow them down. I saw a few cases of that. That was really bad. And TKR as it is like it's a good game, fun, but community is a bit sus when I was in it. Obviously now it's probably better now, I assume. All five of them, like you said. But yeah, it was good. Obviously the driving is weird. It's definitely a learning curve because once you do learn how to drift and use the stuff to correctly, it's fun. It can get good.
Hmm. Yeah, makes sense. Have you
Yeah.
tried playing any of a classic game?
No, I tried playing Quake and I was really bad at Quake, so I'm hoping Quake Duels is easy. It's not as hard as that. So that was that's nice. Quake, I was really I don't know. I don't maybe it's on Unk status or something. But I don't got the reaction times like that, man. Some people can shoot so quickly, or they're just cheating. Some people have like the I don't know. You can see like that player outline around walls or something. X-ray.
Mhm.
That's not X-ray, but but like yeah, they probably so they were really good. I was good. I tried what's that other one? I think Vampire Z,
Yeah.
and I played like once. I think it was too dead to queue. And then Arena Brawl. I think if you like boost in that, you're like a guaranteed ban or something. So I don't touch that game. I don't even look at that game. It looks boring anyways to me. Snowball fight. I think I joined one time and I lost. Yeah, so that was weird. Yeah, other game modes I haven't really found them interesting. I don't really like them. Not my thing. TKR was always fun for me. I enjoyed the racing.
Mhm. I always preferred VMC. Kind of similar to
Mm.
your story, where you just pay to win your way to
Yeah.
the top. Always a good time on
Yeah.
Hypixel. We just go to the arcade and spam coin conversions.
Yeah.
Okay, want to move on to the update?
Okay.
So, what do you
Duels
think about
update.
Jules? Yeah, what do you think about Jules Odyssey? And
Duels
obviously
Odyssey.
the
That
free modes. Yep.
yes, I'm actually really excited for it. The Duels update, I'm really hyped. A reward for every single title is really cool, in my opinion. I didn't even think about that because at the time when they first announced the update, I wanted to make my own Duels post and say what I want. I was gonna try to give something to update for every single game mode and try to make it alive again. But I never really got around to doing that because I was really lazy at the time, so I didn't really bother. But I did have a lot of ideas I wanted to see in the game, but it's fine. And the other thing was that like people the sorry, Duels update. Yeah, the Duels Odyssey, I'm really hyped for that. Having a bunch of rewards is gonna be good for the people that want to play for like multiple games. It'll make people diversify themselves in more modes because of more rewards. Everyone loves the reward. Everyone likes rewards. Makes people more play. And then I think I assume with the thing, the Odyssey, is that the colors will all move to Legend only now instead of 2.5k. They'll all move to 2000. The icons will stay at 5k. So if anyone was thinking about getting the parkour prefix instead of 2.5, now it's only 2k, guys. You can do that because I assume it'll go down because instead of 2.5k, it'll be 2k. It's at the legend title now. But I think the Duelist Odyssey is really smart. Like having a reward for every division, having the path all the way to Ascended is definitely good. I like it. Yeah.
And then new modes,
And then
although you kind of touch on them
mode.
a bit.
Yeah. Okay. So we can start with Bed Wars. I assume that's gonna be the longest one. It's definitely a good idea to have Bed Wars in there, especially with a pretty still good Bed Wars player base. They'll definitely try it out. I assume most Bed Wars players will try it out and see how it is. But the thing is that I assume if they do, and if they don't like it, they won't come back. Because if they do it wrong, like Mindman Club has their bed fight thing, right? And that's probably good as it is. So if they don't do it right, I don't think many Bed Wars will, like big Bed Wars players will come back. But so obviously it will bring a lot more nons to it, I think, because it's Bed Wars. 1v1 Bed Wars is probably fun for them, and I hope it's good, because if they do it right instead of like boxing, it'll be good. It'll bring a lot of players as well, which I hope. And then we can go to Quake. Quake is like an iffy one because it's gonna be one of those modes where it's like really player specific. I don't think it'll be that popular. I hope that I hope it is popular. Like it's gonna be good. A lot of people will play. I hope they do. But the problem is that I feel like it's gonna be like player specific, as I said, because it's gonna be like people will have a hard time learning it. Because Quake is also not a very popular mode to begin with, right? Again, if you go
I
to
mean, it is
classic
kind of
Volley,
simple though as a mode. Just
yeah,
right click.
simple. Yeah, that's true. Obviously, I hope the maps are good because the maps in the actual Quake are really big. So I hope they make it smaller, like way smaller, so you can quickly do it instead of having a long running around. Because the problem with the bigger map is that you could just hide for a really long time and just time out the game or something like that. So I'm hoping the maps are smaller to the point where it's not too long. But the simplicity I understand, yeah, as you're saying, because you can just right click quickly. It's just right clicking, look and right click, and hope your shot lands first. So I hope it'll be good. In my opinion, I don't think it'll be that big as like Bed Wars Duel or Spleef, but it'll definitely be pretty popular. Especially my thought process is that it'll be big because everyone wants to play it, and then it'll just like go to lower counts anyways eventually because most game modes happen like that. So it'll probably be big. So if you want to if you if you want to get the rewards quickly, play when it drops. So get your wins quickly because everyone will be queuing it. And then we go to Spleef. That one, I think that one will be one of the bigger game modes as well, because if you think about it, if it's like how I talked about the parkour duels, accessibility, everyone knows Spleef, shovel, break the snow. So please, who knows how long it's been here in the Minecraft world. But I hope they do it right. Now, I've seen people talk about like how I've always thought about, because in Spleef you can put yourself in a corner, break all the blocks around you, then no one can reach you, right? So it's like I hope they do with snowballs in Spleef, so you can break the blocks with snowballs. And I remember Shading talking about it, where it's like you can either push a player off with the snowballs, or you can break the blocks. I hope it's break the blocks, so the snowballs don't really become that big of a thing, because they just break a bunch of snow, push the person off with snowballs, kind of defeats the purpose. The purpose is breaking the blocks, in my opinion. So if you break the blocks with the snow, a lot of the time you'll be fine with that, and it'll make sure to deal with people that just hide. And another thing is I was thinking about is double jumps. Obviously it's in TNT, that's fine. But I was thinking it should be in TNT. I mean, not sorry, it should be in Spleef. I think only 3 though. Obviously it should be less because you don't want the game to be really that long. I think 3 because snow will go away quick. So I think it'll probably be perfectly fine to have some double jumps in there, like at least 3, and make more use of the feather thing, any feather mechanic. Get more people to learn something new, right? Having like the basics belief isn't that entertaining. I feel like having extra add-ons with it will make it more interesting. And obviously, I don't think it'll ever get to the case, but like if it's a long game or something, the blocks can break on their own or something over time randomly. But at the same time, that probably would never. I don't think they would even do that or even consider that. I hope they wouldn't. And maybe it's a good thing, but that's the other case I thought about in my head. Would it be good? Don't know. But it would be an interesting thing if it was there. But then
Hmm.
I talk about bringing the RNG into a game. You don't want RNG in Spleef. People probably wouldn't like that. But yeah, those are the 3 game modes, yeah, that I think about them.
What do you think about 2v2 Classic?
That I have a strong opinion. I don't think it'll be good. Like everyone will play it at the beginning. Yes. Will there be quite a lot of players? I hope they everyone said they wanted it. I'm hoping they continue to keep playing it even after a long time, because then it's just going to be in a case of MegaWalls doubles or any
This
doubles
is
game
literally what I've
modes
been
where it's
saying
just
in
going
Lobby
to get.
1 to you, jokingly.
Yeah, they're just gonna get boosted like crazy, because and then it ruins the leaderboards. Obviously, I didn't think about it myself. Obviously, I say a lot of boosters will play it, but at the same time, there really hasn't been that many boosters to begin with nowadays, I feel like. So that could be another thing. But at the same time, there will definitely be boosters that will come back and will boost in the mode. So classic players, be ready, have to deal with the wrath of Mega Walls doubles, feel the pain.
Hmm.
But obviously, if it stays alive, I guess it's good, but I don't know. Obviously, it's very iffy, like the gray area we talk about, a very gray area on a situation of adding something like that, because team modes now are very, very dead. It's very hard, especially if you looked at all the other bridge modes. It's only flipping solo and doubles playing. You rarely see 3v3, 4v4, teams, and the CTF is dead. Like those things need to either to be removed or only be allowed to play in a slash double slash duel. They can't be here. There's no point of having them. They waste up the space. And then
Hmm.
I think classic doubles will be. I think it'll be good. I'm not gonna play it at all. That's not. I don't need like class. I'm not gonna do classic like that. I already got my 25K. I don't need any more of it. So maybe in a slash duel. I don't know, but not me. But if it is fine, if they enjoy it, let them have it. Obviously, if it dies and boosted, then I'll say I told you so. But yeah.
Hmm. Well, let's move on to Legos. So I assume you started
Yes.
when you were like young, and now you have a job
Yeah.
so
When I
you
was
can support your little hobby.
I would let okay, I saw when I was young. Yeah. I'm really into Legos. It's really I like building them. So I guess when you told me about when I talk about my old building, I guess building is still around, not in Minecraft, but in Lego form. Yeah, when I
Hmm.
was really young, I used to watch a lot of Lego videos. I've always seen like those videos where the people build this like a big Lego city in their room. I always wanted to do that. So when I do eventually grow up and get like a full good job, full paying, perfect, I have enough money, I'll definitely have like a Lego room in my house. It'd be nice to have that. But yeah, I built a lot of Legos. Definitely like my favorite is Lego City, Lego Trains. Those are like my big favorites. I enjoy those a lot. I'll always enjoy Legos. It's a great thing. Like building them is such the building process is really fun. I like them. I obviously I right now it's a lot less because the prices are really hard. They're a lot heavier now, not heavier, like higher, right? So it's like, do you really want to spend this much money for a Lego set? Obviously, I'm always gonna love Legos. I still do, and if I do get the money and it's like an occasion or something, I will get a Lego set or something for myself. I've had a lot of Legos in my time. Another other than Lego City, it was Lego Ninjago. I don't even know if you've heard that show
Yeah.
before, but Ninjago was like a big thing in my childhood. I watched it a lot, so having Lego Ninjago was a great thing. I had like the an old Destiny's Bounty. It's like a ship in the show that I had, and I have like I have some of the dragons from the show, and it was really fun. I like Legos will always have a place in my heart, and I got one recently for my birthday. When my birthday did happen, I got another Lego train. So I built that and it felt really nice because it was a break. It was sometime between like a few years where I just didn't get any Legos because I was not that interested in Legos at some point, but obviously now I am again. But when I was young, Legos was like a really big thing. I loved building them. I liked building like the buildings, like the
Hmm.
houses and like the places in the city, like those type of buildings. I would like to get more of, and I have a few of them, but not too many. And then some of my collection size is not it's like pretty big. I like to say I have them around my room, so like on shelves and stuff. So they all sit there high and mighty. Big problem is that the dust collection is crazy, so you got to make sure you clean them. That's it. Ugh, I hate the dust, but that's there, so you have to make sure they're clean at least. So, but yeah,
Do you enjoy building because like you go from blocks to an actual real structure?
yes, yeah, especially the end. So in the when I talk about the Lego trains, I had an older one that was motorized. So when you have it, you had like a remote control that you could drive it around. So being able to build that and having something like the motorized stuff nowadays is like really fancy and like all this high tech stuff. But back then it was like really simple. It was like one little controller. You had your power box, you put some batteries in it, and you would just turn the wheel and it would go forward or backwards. And it
Hmm.
was really cool. And like that's when I was like really peak Legos. Like I really enjoyed it. I got the Lego train during Christmas and it was like really, really awesome. I was really happy. And at the time it was like incredible. It was really fun to build. The after thing, like the admiration of your set being right in front of you. You get to play with it, you could do whatever you want with it and enjoy it. And then
Hmm.
now I got a new Lego train, but the difference is that this train is not. It's more of just like a you put on a shelf and you look at it type set. You can't really play with it type beat. So, but the same time, I like that more because it's like I don't have place in my room for like a whole track setup anymore. So I can't because then if I had like if I need to clean the room, I gotta move that entire thing and then gotta clean it, then put it back. So having it on one shelf, standalone, it looks good. I like that.
Hmm. Is it like equivalent to plants?
Yeah, seeing it grow as time. Planting, my mom likes planting. I
I
don't.
mean,
I've
decoration
never.
wise, like on your desk, like
Yeah,
a little flower.
yeah, yes, yes. I like the decorations part. Is like I like decorating my room. Kinda. Sometimes I do. I like having like my posters. I have that Minecraft poster, that really old Minecraft poster. I don't really know how to describe it. It has like all the mobs everywhere, and it's like a big mountain. Yeah, but I've had yeah the decoration, the plants. I could see it. Yeah.
Hmm. How much money did you spend so far on your hobby?
Money, I don't know if there's an exact amount, but it's probably
Give me
over
an
like
estimate.
1K. Like over 1K,
Hmm.
something like that. It's Legos are expensive now, but back then you can get a lot back in the day. I would always ask for Legos. But yeah, definitely over 1K at this point. I hope it'd probably be more if I had even more money to spend on it. I could buy for myself and all that. But at the same time, you gotta be smart with the money. You can't just be buying Legos all the time.
Hmm. Or
Yeah.
some sets you actually want in the future?
Oh, I've always in the future, if I ever had the perfect amount of money for it, would definitely be
Hmm.
that Lego Titanic, the big one, or enough like building sets to make the city that I've always wanted. Because if I have all of those, obviously the specifics, I don't really know just how many building sets there are, but like a lot of them. So I want like a lot of them. I remember I'm not like a Marvel fan at all really, but like there was this one set, the Lego Bugle. I don't know if that's what it's for. It's exactly what it's called that, but it's like a build. It's like a big tower skyscraper thing that looks for that has like a lot of superheroes. So I'll probably just buy it for the building really, but that would be another set I want. Yeah, and also there was one that came. I don't know, it was a few years ago or something. It was like a Lego. What's the roller coasters? It was one Lego roller coaster came out, and it was really cool, and I really want that one. Yeah, there's a few sets I want. Yeah.
Well, this was a decent conversation. Thanks for joining.
Yeah.
Minty Apples, 123.
Yep. Yep. Thank you for having me. I remember declining your invite the first time, but I came around eventually, and I'm very happy I did. Thank you so
Mm-hmm.
much, Plonk.
Of course.